The story is brought to us from usnews.com out of Phoenix, Arizona. When I get to Phoenix, the sun will be rising. He'll probably leave a note right on the door. Thank you, Glenn Campbell, for that song, and thank you, Al Pacino, for your rendition of it in the movie Heat. But no, we're going to Arizona. We're going to talk about a law that a governor signed. Now, also later in the week, I'm going to talk about a 10th Circuit Court ruling where they say the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals says it's okay or it's lawful to record law enforcement in the course of their duty. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? But with this 10th Circuit Court decision, now it's kind of established where we can say, look, dude, it's a ruling. The court has ruled. We can record you. Turn around, do your job. But we have to record from a distance if we're in Arizona. That's right. Arizona's governor signed a law that restricts how the public can video police at a time when there's growing pressure across the U.S. for greater law enforcement transparency. There's always going to be a need for law enforcement transparency, especially as long as we have people like Derek Chauvin. Now, civil rights and media groups opposed the measure that Republican Governor Doug Ducey signed Thursday. Lucy-Ducey. The law makes it illegal in Arizona to knowingly video police officers 8 feet or closer without an officer's permission. Now, someone on private property with the owner's consent can also be ordered to stop recording if a police officer finds they are interfering or the area is not safe. I'm going to get back to that in a second. The penalty is a misdemeanor that would likely incur a fine without jail time. But they say there needs to be a law that protects officers from people who either have very poor judgment or sinister motives, said Republican Representative John Kavanaugh, the bill's sponsor. Now, I'd heard that John Kavanaugh was doing some of this stuff. I've heard about him like trying to get it to protect the police more. But they say 8 feet or closer. 8 feet is still kind of close. I mean, even if you stand, let's say, 12 feet away, you can zoom in a little and you're still pretty close. So I'm surprised they didn't make it like 10 feet or closer, or 15 feet or closer, or even 21 feet. See, in a lot of police academies, they train the officers that somebody can pull a knife, run, and attack you within 21 feet before you can react. So try to stay 21 feet or over away from people to be safe. How about just stop being a coward and get some intestinal fortitude to do your job? Testicular fortitude, right? You know what I'm saying? But 8 feet, that's kind of close. So I don't know why people are arguing about this. Why would you have to be closer than 8 feet to film the cop? I mean, I don't know. This kind of seems like a silly little thing. But I get that give a man a rope, he want to be a cowboy. You know, so they're going with this one, and then they're going to try to expand it now. They're going to try to add on to this law. I get that point. John Kavanaugh said, I'm pleased that a very reasonable law that promotes the safety of police officers and those involved in police stops and bystanders has been signed into law. It promotes everybody's safety, yet still allows people to reasonably videotape police activity, as is their right. Now, the move comes nearly a year after the U.S. Department of Justice launched a widespread probe into the police force in Phoenix to examine whether officers have been using excessive force and abusing people experiencing homelessness. Of course they've been using excessive force. Phoenix, Arizona is a dirty police department, in my humble opinion. It's similar to other investigations opened in recent months. Minneapolis, Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky. The Phoenix Police Department, which oversees the nation's 5th largest city, has been criticized in recent years for its use of force, which disproportionately affects Black and Native American residents. And there are a lot of both in Arizona, particularly in that region, particularly among the Navajo tribes. The law has left opponents like K.M. Bell, staff attorney for the American Civil Liberties Union of Arizona, incredulous. Federal appellate courts already have ruled that recording police is a clearly established right, according to Bell. That's right. Circuit courts have already said you can film the police in public. California 148 subsection G. And then, of course, this 10th Circuit ruling, which I'm going to go through later this week. So I don't know. I want to get your thoughts on this. It's kind of, 8 feet. I don't think that's something to jump up and down and pull your hair out about. All right. So it's 10 feet. Just stand 10 feet back. Bring a tape measure. If they say you're too close, go out 10 feet. You want to measure? Yeah, we're going to have to start carrying tape measures now. I don't know.